Clegane train to Bowsville, and this is Nerdist News. Hype! Damn, y'all! Did you see that Game of Thrones Season 6 trailer yesterday?
Woo!
I did, and it looked so cool. That blood exploded out of my eyes faster than a red viper in a spear fight. But hey, you don't need me to tell you how cool the new episodes of Game of Thrones look. What do you need me for? Pointing out all the coolest stuff you might have missed. Let's count them down, but first, a mild spoiler warning. We're getting into book stuff, show stuff, speculative stuff, and there's a chance we could be right, because we're real good at this. So you've been warned. First up, see that flayed, burning, upside-down guy who was definitely made that way by fiction's most horrible family, the Boltons? How much do you want to bet that's what's left of Stannis Baratheon, considering we have some lamentful dialogue from Melisandre over this shot about how her fiery visions were all a lie? We're gonna guess yeah, or at least that's what the show wants us to think. And speaking of that sad sack Melisandre shot, did you happen to notice that she's got a little buddy listening to her? Why, that's her former rival for Stannis' affections, Davos Seaworth. This image, combined with the Night's Watch members that murdered Jon Snow bashing down a door, plus with the final shot of the Onion Knight drawing Jon's sword and preparing to battle some watchmen over his corpse, makes us think that Davos and Melisandre might finally see eye to eye, agreeing that if there's a chosen one, it was Jon Snow. Will Davos steal Jon's corpse so Melisandre can boink it back to life? And oh dear God, is that ghost's corpse atop Jon's? Kill whoever you want, Game of Thrones, but for the love of the old gods and the new, please don't kill the coolest direwolf this side of the wall. I'm just tired of seeing everybody's pets get killed. And before we hop off the snow train, don't think for a second we didn't notice that man running into a battle with luscious Jon Snowy locks. Is it him? Well, there have been pics of Kit Harington on set during what seems to be this battle, so take that as you will. Moving on, when Daenerys dropped her ring last season after bumping into some wild Dothraki, we wondered whether this was a symbolic gesture to make it look like she hadn't moved on from Khal Drogo, or an effort to leave breadcrumbs for her potential saviors. Well, it looks like we've got an answer, and it's the Sad Boyfriend Club. Jorah and Daario look to be riding together to save their Khaleesi, and took no time at all to find her ring. And while we're on the subject of potential Dany lovers, look! It is Euron Greyjoy, briefly seen whipping off his hood on a rainy bridge. Euron, Theon's uncle and a major douchebag, comes onto the scene to stake his claim as the new ruler of the Iron Islands after his brother Balon bites the dust. And how does he convince everyone to let him be the new Iron King? By pledging to take over all of Westeros with 3, count 'em, 3 dragons. Dude's got a magical horn he says can control them. I know, it's weird, considering this image is almost certainly Balon Greyjoy's funeral, based on the Greyjoy flags and this long white-haired figure in the background. That's probably his widow. We're gonna guess this will definitely be a major plotline for Season 6. But enough about these non-Arya fools. What's Arya up to? Well, getting hit in the face by that mean, faceless woman known only to book readers as the Waif. A pretty typical thing to happen in the House of Black and White, but wait, are Arya's eyes non-blinded eyes? Seems like we won't have to deal with blind Arya for long. Which is good, because it looks like this jumping person could be the young Stark girl leaping through the streets of Braavos. And finally, how about that big scary shot of the Night's King looming with some backup White Walkers over an unsettling teenaged Bran? While we'd guess this is from one of the many visions he'll have this season based on the fact that he's, you know, standing, we do find it a bit odd that the Night's King looks different, like more human. Check out that bulkier frame, the fact that he appears to not be CG, but instead an actual person in prostheses. Could this mean that Bran will see a flashback to some of the Night King's history? There's a lot of legends in Game of Thrones lore to pick through, even going back to the Night King's alleged origins, where he served as the 13th Night Watch commander, became corrupted by an evil sorceress, and was eventually defeated by a man named, you wait for it, Brandon the Breaker Stark.
Whoa.
Yeah, old Branny's ancestor. Odds are looking good that we might see this story through Bran's eyes this season, which is actually really freaking cool. But what do you guys think? Did we miss anything awesome? Do you think any of our observations are as phony as everything that's ever come out of Littlefinger's mouth? Do you find Teen Bran as disconcerting as we do? Let's discuss. Also, guys, quick, open your Go90 app and check out this amazing Team Nerdist sketch we did as the Scooby Gang. It's super funny and super gross, and I get to be Daphne. Natch. And if you didn't already know, I'll be at South by Southwest this weekend, hosting panels and interviews for Nerdist and keeping you up to date with what's going down at the Capital One House at Antone's. They've got so much cool stuff to check out, like workshops and happy hours during the day, and exclusive musical performances every night with bands like White Denim, Third Eye Blind, and Houndmouth. If you'll be in Austin, come and say hello. If not, you won't have to miss out. I'll let you in on the fun on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the hashtag Capital One House. Super excited to get to check out their headlining musical performance by Common. How freaking cool is that, you guys? Oh, South by Southwest is so fun. I can't wait. And you can't miss Dan's best worst alternate movie endings on the Dan Cave. Check it out over at Nerdist.com.